In this video, I am going to show you how to add hyperlinks to your PDF magazine. And that way, when you send it to an email to your clients, they can actually click on different sections of your magazine, which will take them, for instance, to your website. And letting that run for a second so I can show you. Launching the internet right now. There we go. And here we go. It's clicking to my homepage. And you can also create a link to behind the scenes video. So this is going to open my Facebook page to a reveal video that I recorded of a client coming into my studio and seeing their pictures for the first time. So it kind of gives a preview to prospective clients of what to expect. And it will automatically start playing once it gets there. All right, see? Pretty neat. You can also click, scrolling down a little further, to a link on your blog. Now, I'm still working on my blog, so I just added a couple of fake setups for you so you can see how this works. But if you click on that link in your PDF, it'll take you to a section in your blog. Now, there's a lot of possibilities here. So get creative with your magazine and add links to make your PDF interactive so that you can give your clients a behind-the-scenes look of how a portrait session works with you. So we're going to quit out of Acrobat, and I'm going to go into Adobe InDesign, which is where I design most of my magazines. It just makes things easier. I prefer the InDesign program. But if you are using the Photoshop template, I am going to create another video to show you how to use the PDF that you created from your Photoshop template and using Adobe Acrobat to add the same links that we're doing here in InDesign. So I have my first page open. There we go. It's taking, my computer is running a little slow today. So I'm actually going to use my type tool, and in InDesign it looks just like the one in Photoshop. It's the little T in your tools panel. And I'm going to select the text with my URL. And then I'm going to go into the top of the menu in Photoshop and click on Type. Scroll down to Hyperlinks. And I'm going to, normally I would click on New Hyperlink, but because I had already been creating these links, it's going to ask me to edit. And I'm going to type in my URL and click OK. Then you can also click on your logo and do the same thing. If you want to add a link to that to your website, go to Type again at the top of the menu. Scroll down to Hyperlinks and add a new link. And all you have to do is type in the URL for the website that you want this link to go to. And click OK. I'm keeping it very simple. I don't want to complicate this, so I'm just adding in the URL. So now I'm going to scroll through my Pages panel to go to the next page that I want to add a link to. And that is my little behind the scenes page here. So I want to add a link so that people can see that video of the reveal. So I'm using that type tool again. I'm selecting this text. I'm going up to Type, to Hyperlinks, and I'm going to have to edit this one because I had already created one before. And if I didn't have my URL in here, I need to go into Facebook so that I can find that link again. So I'm just going to copy it from the URL from my browser. So I'm going to select that, hit Command-C or Edit, Copy. And then we're going to go into InDesign, and we're going to paste that URL in here. So you can go to Edit to paste, or Command-V, shows you the keyboard shortcut, to add that URL in there. And then we're going to click OK. Another thing, because I've used InDesign so many times, my preferences are already set to create the type of hyperlinks that I want. I want my appearance to be invisible. Otherwise, it'll create a highlight, or it'll create an outline around a box around my text. I just want it to be a basic link with blue type, the default with an underline. So it indicates that that is a hyperlink, or it's a link that can be clickable. Once I have that set, I'm going to click OK. And then we're going to go to the next page that I want to add a link to. Now, if you just want the text, you can use the type tool and highlight it, or you can group objects together and create like a button. So I'm just grouping these together. I'm hitting Command G on my keyboard. And I'm on a Mac, so it's the command keyboard shortcuts are Command and then a letter. If you're on a PC, I believe it's Control G to group in InDesign. And then I'm going to, once I have that selected and grouped together and selected, I'm going to go back to the type, down to hyperlinks, and create a new hyperlink. And now I need to go back into my browser to find the link to that blog post. Here it is. So I'm on my website, I'm on the actual blog post, and again I'm going to copy that. This is just it's a fake. Right now I have a holder page listed for my blog, so this is not the real URL. That would be for my blog post, but just for the purposes of showing you how to use this, I'm copying that link and I'm pasting it into the URL destination in the hyperlink menu. Again, everything should be set for invisible rectangle, and you want none set as a highlight because you just want the this to be an invisible link, so people will know that won't know it's necessarily there. But since you have a call out, take a virtual tour of the studio, chances are they're going to run over there and click on it. You can also make it a little bit more obvious. Say click here to take a virtual tour of your studio in case they're not aware that option is clickable. So I'm going to click OK. And once I have all of my links in here, of course you want to save your document. So just go File to Save. And now we want to export our PDF and make it, export our magazine to turn it into a PDF. So we're going to go to File to Export. And I'm going to change the name of my document here. And the format, you're going to select Adobe PDF Interactive. That's going to create the interactive clickable hyperlinks in your PDF. If you choose Adobe Print, it's not going to activate those links. So when you open up the PDF, you're not going to be able to click on anything. So in order to make it clickable, of course, select Adobe PDF Interactive. Then we're going to click Save. And I'm saving mine to my desktop. So make sure you choose your destination if you're going to save it to your desktop, and then, you know, if you're going to send it to email, but just make sure you remember where it is you're placing this document. Under General, I want all my pages selected. I prefer to show my magazine in spreads when I'm emailing it. If you're printing it, of course, you're going to have to export it as pages, but that goes, then you would not have an interactive PDF. So this is just for digital version of our magazine as a PDF to email to clients or to put, you know, on your website or your social media. I want it to view in actual size. You can choose an option to view that PDF in full screen mode or not, and then it'll just open it up in the Adobe Acrobat program. And under compression, this is where we're going to want to lower the resolution of our file. If you have it set at 300 dpi, it's going to make your PDF document way too big to send through email. We want to bring it under 10 megs, so that your file won't be big enough, won't be too big to email to a client. So the smaller your resolution, the better. I tend to go to 96 dpi. Sometimes that's not enough, and then I'll just choose 72 dpi. Either one will look really great on your computer. I have a large desktop, so the 96 looks really good on my screen. Most people will probably look at this on a laptop. So go ahead and choose a 72 dpi or 96 and click Export. And I'm going to ignore this font warning because I need to go in and fix some of the fonts I have in my document, but it's not necessary for right now, so I'm going to click OK. So it's going to take a couple minutes to export all those pages. And I'm going to pause this for a second until we get to the end. So now we've come to the end of the export, and right now it's cycling through the rest of it, and it's going to automatically open up in Adobe Acrobat. So I'm just going to zoom out so you can see the entire page on the screen here. And as you scroll through your pages, you'll notice that any of the hyperlinks are going to be in this blue outline that we selected for the text. I apologize, this is taking a little while for my computer to think it's running a little slow today, probably because I have a few programs open right now. So as soon as that is done, I can show you the rest of the document. I'm scrolling into the next page, and this is where we have our behind the scenes for the reveal. And as soon as that page pops up, we can click on that. Again, this is the reason that my computer is running slow, so it's not going to be your experience with it as it's showing in right here. It's just I have a lot of programs open, so I apologize for this taking so long. Oh, you can also, this is something I didn't show you before, but you can also make ads in your magazine if you happen to add cross-promotional advertising in your magazine. I've added this entire ad as a link to this particular client's website. So using the same concept as we did is combining the background box with the text. I've done the same thing, and I'm just combining that entire ad and grouping it together and then adding that hyperlink. So when somebody clicks on it, it goes to that client's website. So that's another neat little feature you can add and offer this to your clients, or offer this to your the businesses that you're cross-promoting with. Not only do you have a printed version of your magazine, but you also have an interactive PDF that can be emailed to their mailing list if they want to distribute your magazine. And adding this little feature where anything in their ad can be clickable, whether it's the URL or the entire ad itself, to go to a specific destination that they want to help market their business as well. And we're going to go back over here and click on the behind the scenes. There it is. And our little blog post on our website, which was, oh my goodness, where did I put it? Oh, there it is, our virtual tour. And we'll click to the your particular blog post on your website. So if you have any questions, again, feel free to add them to the bottom of the video here on our YouTube channel, and have fun with it. Just get creative. Come up with any type of, links and interactive studio tours that you have, any sort of new content that you have on your website or on your social media. Just make it as fun as possible for your clients so that you can get a lot of information that you wouldn't normally get in your printed version of your magazine.